2 old iPhones, 2 old iPads, a Samsung tablet and a crappy old HP laptop. That's what I just sold in order to acquire yet another Grail item. Stay tuned to see what it is. Welcome back, and as I gear up for what hopefully will be the big move at some point this year, I've been getting rid of stuff I no longer have any use for, and I had a stack of old electronics that were just gathering dust. Put them on eBay, lo and behold, in comes a ton of cash. Now, furthermore, I am conscious of the fact that once we do end up in Thailand, I may not have the same access to Western toys as I have here at the moment in America. So I am making a point of getting as many Grail items as I can while I can. So this box showed up today, and this is probably one of the most special unboxings I will ever do. I'm sure you're dying for me to get into this. Just bear with me 1 second to give you the quick backstory. So obviously this contains something very dear to me from my childhood, and it's also something that has a very special connection with my dad. So I'm nervous, excited, anxious, all at the same time. I guess all we can really do is get this thing opened up. You'll see what it is, and I will share with you my memories of playing with this as a child. And I should add as well, it's the item I had plus one I didn't but actually wanted, so it's like a real special box. Came from Florida, and it was a $20.90 to send this. That's extortionate. There's tape on this end, so fortunately we have the trusty knife, and I'm not going to, divulge prices or anything, because that's no one's business but mine. But like I said, I am sort of making a point of getting hold of things that ordinarily I wouldn't spend as much money on, but because I've been selling on eBay, I've had a bit more to play with than I would normally. So we got some papers. Okay. A lot of stuffing here. And the items are bubble wrapped. What's this? Oops. Nothing else there. Just my shipping address. So you can't actually see what it is, can you? Neither can I, but anyway, I try to preserve the bubble wrap because I do use it again when I sell things. So okay, can you see that? Yeah, you probably can see what it is already. Where the hell's this been taped? Okay, there we go. And so if I had to tell you when I first got this, I'm going to say it was probably Christmas of 1978. But here we are. Now, again, there will be a bit of confusion here as to whether or not this is what I had or if it was the same item from a different company, but just bear with me 1 second. So we have the Lone Ranger and Tonto. I think these are 8-inch scale figures. Now these are from Grail. Now I believe the ones I had were the exact same Lone Ranger, but it would have been by the company M.a.s.k, who I think were the European version. I could be wrong, and if I am, please feel free to correct me. I have been looking for, I was going to say these, actually it's not true. This is actually a bonus. Tonto is a complete bonus that really I wasn't looking for, but I've been looking for a Lone Ranger for, at this point, 4 years. I wanted one that was brand new. You see a lot of these for sale loose, and they're just a mess. The costumes are ripped, they're dirty, missing accessories. I wanted it just as I remembered it as a kid. Also as well, I really don't remember if mine came like this or if it came carded with the figure inside the bubble. I just don't remember. But there are very, very special memories attached to this for me. But you don't want to hear about that right now. You want to see the doll. Now, the box has been opened, but we have the sealed bag. And yeah, this is special. I mean, I'm not going to be a sap and start sobbing on camera, but honestly, the memories that are flooding back just looking at this guy's face is quite something. The reason this is quite special is that it was Christmas of '78, I believe, and I received, in addition to this, I got a couple of cap guns, the cowboy outfit, and if I remember rightly, my dad got given a cap gun as well, like a really nice one. And I don't have a lot of memories, really, of my dad playing with toys with me. He was a very busy man, and his spare time was typically spent reading the newspaper or watching the cricket on BBC Two. However, he was a big Western fan as a kid, and clearly this was something that he wanted me to have, because at the time I was into Action Man, and when I opened this on Christmas Day, I wasn't disappointed, but it wasn't the Action Man I was hoping for. I did, however, actually get an Action Man plus a bunch of vehicles. And this one kind of, I didn't really know who the Lone Ranger was, but then my dad got involved and he'd play with me with this and we'd play cap guns together. So to get this again does bring back those fantastic memories. And as I said, we are sealed. I don't know if that's perforated or not. It is actually. This is going to offend a lot of people, I'm sure, but you know what? It's no good to me in a bag. Now, in addition to the toy, I'm going to take a look at this catalogue comic first, because I do remember I did keep hold of this for many years, and hopefully it's got some more of the toys pictured. I mean, it's got some drawings on the back, but I want to see photographs if possible. Actually, no, this is just a comic book. I'll take a look at that later. But should mention as well, in addition to getting the Lone Ranger figure, I also got what I think was called a secret silver mine set, where there's a bunch of like mining tools. I remember there was the cart, a lantern, and there may have been some dynamite and things as well. So the hat, there we go, perfectly white, nicely sealed in a bag there. Yep, and the rubber is still quite soft after all those decades. And we have his belt, mask, and the two guns. I'm just wondering if the mask, because that was rubbery if I remember rightly, but to get hold of this again is absolutely wonderful. And as you can see, nice bright blue costume, no fading, not really dirty. I mean, obviously it's sat in a bag for the last 4+ decades. Even the boots, I remember the sort of rubberiness of these boots, and that's still there. There we go. So happy to get this. This really has been something that has been on my mind for a number of years. And to finally see it again, but to see it in such good looking condition. Although, I'm trying to see, his boots, I guess there's been some sort of chemical reaction gone on, because the boots look almost pearlescent under the lights here. That's weird. That's the Lone Ranger. Tonto. Never had this as a kid. I did want to get one to match up with the Lone Ranger, but that never happened. And given that a year or two later I was into Star Wars and kind of forgot all about the Lone Ranger. Another one, it's sealed in bag, but interestingly there's no comic with this, and it's definitely, that is factory sealed there, factory sealed down here. Not to worry. We got a slight opening there, so we can just use that. And bring out Tonto, and he has also a belt and 2 pistols. Wow. A nice sort of suede feeling costume here. Whoa, now his shoes are pearlescent as well. Gee, what is going on here? Yeah, that's definitely some sort of chemical reaction. Could it be that with it being in those plastic bags, something has occurred? I don't know. You need to sort of let the costumes get used to being out in the open again, because a couple of his tassels are permanently erect. I can flatten those, I guess. The Lone Ranger and Tonto can ride again in my collection. This is just wonderful. As I said, the memories attached to this little guy are just something that are very near and dear to my heart. So to get reunited with this guy, absolutely fantastic. Very happy indeed. So hope you enjoyed that. Hope it wasn't too boring for you, me going over my old childhood. But this for me is what's all about, recreating childhood memories, and this one certainly does that for me. So please let me know in the comments, were you a fan of the Lone Ranger, and did you have similar toys to these? As always, I thank you so much for watching, and I ask you kindly, please just leave a like, please share the video, make sure you're subscribed, and stay tuned for more videos from All Things 80s.